なんとも幻想的だ。
海賊は不思議な場所にアジトを作るな。
猫の魔物、可愛げがないぞ。
本当の猫ならよかったのに。
鍵を飲み込んでいたのだ。
いくらお腹が空いてたって鍵なんか食べなくても。
ビッケ船長。って意外とビビリ。
苦手なだけだ。倒すぞ。
Good day and good evening, and welcome to Alone Against Chaos, Stranger of Paradise, with me, Kazuchaiji, but you can just call me Kai. So, just real quick, this ringing bells thing, that's actually the main menu. It has this, like, very dramatic starting music, but when that ends, it just does this. And I've been on this screen for like 30 minutes, so... so enjoy that. Also, hey, Malice! That's right! I do believe it was Malice originally that was disappointed when it didn't seem like it was going to happen. All this time. Now, few quick things. I have played this game a lot. I've played through the main story like half a dozen times at least, so I'm very experienced with the game. I'm going to be playing on the hardest difficulty, and I'm going to be turning off the companions really early. Some might say, does that mean we miss out on story stuff? No, absolutely not, because the NPCs, or rather like the NPC companions, will be there. They'll still say their lines, and I've switched the voiceover to English so that you can hear it, because you can probably, like, I don't know if you have the game, like the stream in full screen, but you can probably not read the subtitles otherwise, so, you know, so that you have a chance. And yeah, I'm up here in the top right now, because the bottom left, there's actually important information. And I know some streamers just go, whatever, you don't need that information, I need it, so sorry, not sorry. But I specifically know that in the top right, there's only, like, quest objectives that you probably can't read anyway. But nothing else. In the bottom right, there should be some, like, icons and such, but you should be able to see the important stuff behind chat. So that's why you're still there. You're slightly smaller than usual. I'm also I think I'm a single pixel smaller than usual. To make sure that I'm not taking up too much space. I think it's really important that you can see the information in the game, right? One more thing is... 2 times throughout the game. One of them will be very early in the story. A copyrighted song will play. I will probably instantly skip that cutscene. I might mute it, but I will not show it with sound. And you will probably hear like 1 second of it, and if you're really in the know, you know exactly what it is. Just sing loudly over it. That would have been funny. Now, I'll just explain what happens in the cutscene, just to be sure. One more thing. Did you swap your IRL camera as well? No, the camera in the bottom left is actually mirrored normally. The last thing... Playing through the whole game in one stream? I will not, Malice. It takes a lot of time. I can say on Steam I have over 40 hours, but I also played it in the Epic launcher before it released on Steam. I own the game on both platforms, if you ever needed evidence that I love this game. Let's see if I can remember the things that I was missing. Right, one of the things is the very start of the game looks a little bit like, and I don't know if the word is in medias res, like, you know, like you're jumping into the middle of the story and then it's like, earlier that same day. It's not that, it is actually like, that is actually chronologically what happens in the story. It might sound like a spoiler, but I feel like it makes you able to appreciate that point a bit more. Because it's not a jump, it's actually chronological order. The last thing is, I am very prone to just choosing to use the same weapon and the same jobs over and over and over again, if I'm just playing through on my own, like on my own volition. So what's going to happen is I will, on each mission, I will spin a wheel to choose a weapon that must feature in one of my 2 job loadouts throughout the whole stage. Which of course means that I have the freedom to just, you know, just use the other job, but let's just say that's extremely limiting if you do that. But that's what I will be doing, but I will not be able to spin a weapon that I don't have. Now, finally, hey Zaf, hey Nox, hey Ilana, hey Seras, hey Mizanashi, hey Selly, hey Rillian, hey Fila, hey Ilya, hey Korox, hey Gassel, hey Tabi, hey Fern, hey Naomi, hey Malice, hey Tina Lee, hey Shaq. I hope you're all doing very well. And thank you for celebrating 17 months as part of the Cult of the Pink, Naomi. I'm here to kill chaos. Right. So, hard difficulty. I cannot turn off the NPCs for the very start. Also, a little fun fact while we watch this is if some of you may have noticed there's like a streamer guidelines button in the main menu. If you click that, it sends you to a 404 page. It is funny because I think I mentioned before that page said that you weren't allowed to show specific cutscenes, but before the game even fully officially launched, those cutscenes were in 4K on YouTube. I don't know if it is blood, Sally. Hey, Agent Monaco. Hope you're doing well. Look, it's chaos! The reason I'm saying I don't know if it is blood is because notice what happens to the people when he hits them. It's strawberry juice, yeah. It could be gemstone juice. Hey Angel, hope you're doing well. Hey Liv, hope you're doing well. Look, they're crystallizing. This is important. Remember, people crystallizing when he hits them. Are the crystals small Kai snacks? Maybe. Yeah, they made the right choice, it seems. Never mind. Is this game related to any of the mainline games? This is technically a version of the prequel to Final Fantasy 1, one could say. It's not really, and then still, it's almost like a retelling of the prequel to Final Fantasy 1, but it's complicated. It's like alternate timeline stuff. And this is the one I mean. This is chronological. This is still the story. However, it does just throw you in against the boss. Exactly, Malice, but it makes sense when you get there. Yeah. Don't you love it when the game leaves the tutorial on your screen so you can't see what you're doing? I was sure I was gonna get hit there. I just did get hit there. Can you... Game, can you... I know how to play. Thank you. I got it. Yeah. Remember crystals? Red crystals? Red crystals? What happened there? What's that?
Hey, what? Looks like it. Then why doesn't it feel like it?
And then we died. That was a Tiamat, by the way. If you didn't see. That is the cutscene with the copyrighted music. Hey, don't know. Hope you're doing well. Hope you know if you're doing well. Now we have to go through the tutorial. I could have done this before the stream, but then there was the pre-story stuff just a moment ago. We are Dark Knight. We are a swordsman right now. That's awesome, don't know. Oh, sorry, Sally. The reason I'm mentioning it is because it's something you might not realize. That like, oh, like you don't notice in the initial story beat. Like with the little cutscene before. Hey, Ham! I hope you're doing well. It is funny they don't let you skip this. Hey, Catfish Jr. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, don't know. Enjoy work. Oh, whoops. I forgot to do the follow-up. There you go. I rarely use the Soul Shield follow-up. I just forget. So I forget even in the tutorial. Are we there yet? Oh, right. We haven't reached... there's still more. Some of these keybinds do seem a bit harm. Well, they make sense. It's also possible I've changed something and I just don't remember. I'm actually a blue mage. I'll use your spells against you. And then we have our limit break. Let's see, let me just move so I can see all the enemies. Simply put, I basically never remember to use Lightbringer. But I don't want to use my elixir. So, this is like, basically, you're getting respawned into the world. We don't, like, at this point in the story, we don't really know this yet. It's just weird Final Fantasy story. Hey, Bronze Home. Hope you're doing well. Can you throw a fish? I cannot. This is World of Warcraft. This is Stranger of Paradise. And here he is, in modern clothes. They look familiar.
Look, and crystals can sense each other.
You have one too, don't you?
Me
Mission
with
is to
my
kill
orb bros.
Chaos. That's all I know.
Me too.
Good. We're all on the same hunt.
I'm Jack.
Jed,
Ash.
You just know. Jack, Jed, and Ash appeal to the King of Cornelia for leave to hunt down Chaos, but I refuse. First, Minister Lagoni said, nope, I couldn't read all that. Several weeks have passed since that day. Now our three heroes return in triumph, the quest complete. It's just, stuff happened. Anyway. Hey, Metricon and False Geek, hope you're doing well.
What?
need something for that?
It's just a scratch. Nothing a little spit can't heal. When are we gonna fight Chaos? Well, this monster hunting is a pain in the ass.
Seriously. Fingers crossed we're done.
Potty mouth, Jack. How could you?
Either way, time to pay the king a visit.
And we don't leave without answers.
Hey, midichlorian. Hope you're doing well.
The world lies shrouded in darkness. The winds die. The seas languish. The earth decays. But the people believe in a prophecy, patiently awaiting its fulfillment. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come.
I feel like the cutscene ending there cut off the last word.
You are skilled, to be sure. Few could have slain even one of those abominations, let alone 3. There is still the matter of your number, however.
When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come.
And your crystals trouble me. They do not shine the color they should.
Can't argue with that. But you need warriors, right? Look in front of you. Here we are, ready and willing to take Chaos down for you.
And with all due respect, isn't that what matters most?
That sounds extremely sus.
Perhaps. Yet a question still weighs on my mind, warriors of the Dark Crystals. Why court danger so eagerly? What could you possibly hope to gain?
All I care about is seeing Chaos dead. I need to. It's not a hope or a dream. It's like a hunger, a thirst. Does that answer your question?
Very well. Minister Lagom, fetch the key to the shrine.
My lord.
Jack, Ash, Jed. I place the future of Cornelia in your hands. Do not fail us.
They must kill Chaos 2 to 4 times a day then? Hey, Betwell Con, hope you're doing well. Yeah, he knows what he wants. I've also said, like, this is a really slow start, but once the story gets going, Jack repeatedly just goes, no, shut up, every time some boss tries to monologue. It's fantastic. I was like, Bits, thank you so much. You can technically talk with those. Should we do that? I guess we should do that. Hey.
Cornelia is counting on you to save us from the darkness. I know you will. May the crystal's blessing be with you always.
To be clear, talking with these NPCs gives you some, like, extra dialogue, but it doesn't change the story at all. But you can.
You look every bit the warrior. I can imagine it serves you well on the battlefield. Even so, I would kindly ask that you smile in front of my daughters.
And that's one of her daughters? That's another daughter?
What's going on?
Princess Sarah.
She also gets a name.
Like a flower blooming in a dark wasteland.
The king, however, he gets to be king.
Come on, Jack. Wouldn't kill you to smile for once.
Jack, you've returned. And with a few more scars.
Nah, it's nothing. Jack has the best medicine.
That's wonderful. In that case, if it's not too much trouble, would you be able to spare some for our soldiers in the castle? There's no medicine, is there?
Is there something you want?
There is.
Medicine.
I need a favor from you. I heard you were going to the shrine, so I thought this would be my only chance to ask.
Favor?
Two, actually.
Of course.
There was a knight by the name of Garland who set off to battle Chaos as well, but he never returned. If you could, I would be grateful if you looked for him.
Look, we don't have time for a rescue mission, Princess.
I understand. You don't need to go out of your way. Just keep an eye out for him.
What does he look like?
He always wore such splendid armor, with a helmet that was terrifying to behold.
He looks like Chaos.
He towered over the other knights. Even so, his voice was always warm.
How long ago was this?
Perhaps 10 years ago. Although, it seems just like yesterday. No one believes me. Not the minister, not my father. They say a knight by the name of Garland never existed.
As you wish. We'll see what we can do about your missing knight.
Thank you, Jack. Jack, wait. The other favor. Come back safe. And soon.
Hey, Ross.
May the
Hope you're doing well.
crystal's blessing be with you. Always.
Thanks. The loot bearer and the guy. He's just there to walk.
Odd. Your crystal vibrating too?
Yeah, weird.
Forget it. We need to focus.
We must focus on killing
Tomorrow's gonna
Chaos.
be a long day. Let's get some rest.
Hey, Jack. Just the guy I wanted to see. I heard you're off to the shrine tomorrow. Why don't you spend the night here?
Yeah.
Great. Come on in.
He doesn't get a name. The next morning.
News of your departure will soon spread, and failure will leave a stain on the king's reputation. Bear this in mind. Travel northwest, and you will reach the Chaos Shrine. Go with the crystal's blessing.
Is that the crystal? And now we're on the world map. Thanks, thanks, thanks. I got it. Thanks. And there's the tutorial for all the weapons if you ever needed it. So, skill trees. And then weapons time. So, let's see which weapon we are definitely bringing. That's just the map of Final Fantasy 1. Exactly. When can we become monk? Technically, pugilist is monk, but it also becomes monk. Great sword, which is the weapon we have equipped from the start. Fantastic. I actually prefer to use a pugilist at the very start, so I will use that as my secondary. What about Bard? Bard is not in the game. Bows are actually not in the game. Guns are, but bows no. Also, guns are kind of overpowered, but they're also a little weird, so you'll probably see them eventually. I would actually say Monk is a little meh in this game. They have an interesting skill. It's just, I think you like Knuckles, the fist weapons are really good, but Monk specifically is not necessarily the best user of them. And part of the reason I think bows are not in the game
Chaos has been waiting for us.
is because
Make us go in there and find you?
like
Guess we'll
guns
just show ourselves in.
were added as a DLC. So initially the game didn't have ranged weapons. Now,
Let's loot
let me
this
just see
place
here.
We'll watch your back.
You see I have partners now. Boom. Now we can play the game. The guns have ammo? Yes, but they just reload from an infinite supply.
There you
And here it tells you something you can do with companions, but we don't have companions. I always forgot to do it, so...
We're in for it now.
Okay, then take your rocks. Take your stupid rocks. You guys have rocks for me? Fantastic.
Treasure hunt.
Cat, this game is playable without companions. I just deleted them.
Jack, there's one down there.
Let's take it down. Let's go.
Damn, where does all that darkness come
A monster just popped out of that one!
from? Guess the darkness wasn't bad enough.
So a funny story is that in all the time where I've not played this game but considered making a stream of it, I considered different ways to make it challenging, and I ultimately settled on, let's just spin a wheel on what weapon I must bring. Originally, my first idea was going to try and do a
Now let's see what secrets this place is hiding.
pacifist run of the game, which is it's not a good idea, because like the only way to do damage is then by like incidentally doing damage when the enemy hits you, like damage reflection. And the only way you can get through the first bit is when you block, or rather when you parry with Knuckles, you automatically punch back. So technically you didn't press an attack button. And that little fight that we just had with the bigger goblin, with the weird mouth thing on the wall, that is where that attempt stops. Because you can't actually... I don't think it is possible to kill that mouth through, like, incidentally punching it when the goblin hits you. It's more likely the goblin will die first. And then it's just over. The second idea was magic only, which meant that I could only use actions that cost MP, which I beat the whole first level with. However, that just resulted in, like, you just stand around and wait for the enemy to hit so you can parry them, so you can get MP, so you can hit back, which was also not particularly interesting. And then I thought about an idea where you, the chat, could ban jobs as we progress through. But that seems a little bit much and gets very involved and might not be as fun as it sounds. So that's how we settled on this. So here's an interesting detail. A little fun trick. They don't take damage from fire, but when they get hit 3 times with fire, that happens. Hey, Toby Katsith, hope you're doing well. And thank you so much.
There you are.
And they really drive this point home about the bombs, because notice this. Oh, look! Secret!
Stay out of the flames, unless you want to get cooked.
Let's find another way around.
Here it comes.
And this is actually an optional path. You could just go down on the right where we just were. You! Thank you. But of course, we're going to explore everything. There's also an alternative path forward here. I should have parried that. Original FF1 didn't have any bombs. Huh. That's interesting. Can you trigger a bomb to kill other enemies? Yes. Absolutely. The only thing the bomb can't do is that its fire cast can't hurt the other enemies.
That was
only mine. And this is like, you know... Oh wait, what?
Are those cubes?
That has to be a bug. I'm like 99%, or an oversight. I'm like 99% certain this door didn't use to open. I've never checked this side. I don't actually know if it was always open on this. This is the first time I ever checked this door. I'm not joking. That's actually hilarious. I'm like, why is that door open? It should not be open. You're supposed to fight through all this. That has to be like a glitch or something. And no one ever checked or something. I don't know. I'm sure I checked earlier, like when my first go. How random. Shortcut for going through the bombs? Probably, but I'm actually pretty sure it's supposed to be like, I could let you get back, but then again I can't see why you would, if you've already progressed past it.
Let's go.
I guess I'm just stupid. All along. So a little funny detail is that that is really handy if you want to play this game without the NPC companions, is that enemies are programmed to do the fighting movie thing where they're a lot less likely to hit you if you can't see them. If you're not facing them, then they won't completely stop attacking you, but they will be way less likely to hit you. So you can abuse this sometimes. Game definitely doesn't seem like sound like the Soulsborne games where you're meant to go back to areas on occasion. Well, this is more like Neo, I believe. Thanks. I missed the parry. Come on, game.
Nothing's ever easy.
A little weakness of the charge-up attacks is that a lot of the enemies are actually smart enough to avoid you if you start charging up. Also, Cactuar! Come back! Ow. I wanted to soul burst it. Oh well, we still get loot. Oh, gun! We found a gun. We have a gun. Before we do that, let me just... this treasure always has a specific weapon, and I think we should use it, because this is one of the most interesting things about this game. When this game was originally revealed, one thing people immediately got very surprised by was, well, how are you going to have, like, Black Mage in a game like this? How? So the way the combos work is that you straight up just have left click and right click. And right click uses a spell. And the only other thing you can do is like if you press a direction at the same time or like specific button inputs, it'll do something else. But essentially the way you use different spells is that you like have specific finishers associated with specific amounts of left clicks into a right click. So that's it. Whoops. This one. We'll switch to mage, which uses a club. And you'll see how that works. And that is also part of the reason why I only wanted to lock in one of the weapons with the roulette. See, the thing is, you can also just run through the fire. You can just run through it and be like, oh, whatever.
Let's go.
Explode!
That's all of them.
Yeah, that sounds about right, Korox. And that is actually one of the things you won't be able to see easily with me up here. You can't see my HP stat. Generally speaking, the stats up here don't matter, so you're not missing out on much. But I have 925 HP, so 1,000 needles would probably kill me.
Ooh. Nice room. With plenty of places to hide. Stay alert.
Give me my normal camera. Hello?
Darkness. Over
hey,
there.
Mandalore. Hope you're doing well. I think it's fun. I've played through it half a dozen times at least, Mandalore. I mean, Cactuars are mostly like loot pinatas. Just don't get hit by the 1,000 needles and you'll be good. It's a little helpful to get some affinity on the gear early on. Right. Otherwise, once we've gotten like some decent gear, it'll probably only be... whoops! Well, that is the first time I've slipped there. But cactuars are kind of like loot pinatas, but they're not the scariest loot pinatas in the game. There's something worse than a cactuar. And there's this funny thing you can do. If it'll slip for me.
They burn just like you do.
Boom! Ding!
There's plenty of kindling around.
So a detail about Mage is that arrow is really, really, really overpowered if you get to cast it. Because it basically just does that. Oh, nice! Like, the 3 other spells are completely irrelevant if the enemy is susceptible to arrow. You can just do that. I'm not going to be spamming this for the whole playthrough. It's just this particular room is very fitting to use it, since we just got the stick. The magic stick. Nothing there. I'm pretty sure that pillar that I slipped on in the past, it's like it locked you in so you wouldn't slip on it, but I guess not. I've just apparently been really good all this time. By the way, and we're back in the first room because there's a checkpoint here. So, probably a good time to talk about this as well. All of the skills. I'll just use Mage as an example, right? So I have a chance of understanding all of these things. Is all of these various like turquoise, greenish icons are effects that are active while Mage is equipped. Specifically Mage. The purple ones. If they say combo, then it is something you can use universally once unlocked. You can use it for any job as long as the weapon is correct. For instance, in this case, Brute Strike requires a mace. But if they have this like reddish outline instead, and they have a combo ability effect, it just means that when you use a combo finisher on that specific slot, then it does something. Like in this case, conveniently you learn Brute Strike, and then you get this thing that makes it so that you gain MP based on the magic damage done when you use this. Which is extra funny, because I'm like pretty sure Brute Strike doesn't do magic damage. The blue icons, if they are an ability type passive like this, then it's also exclusive to the job in question. Like in this case, this only works when you're casting magic on Mage. It doesn't count for magic on anything else. This is a command ability, which means you can just slot it in on an action bar, you could say. So like if you're going through a job that you're not planning to use in the long term, you basically just like ding 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 go through to the job you actually want, and the only things you might care about is like the combos and maybe a command ability, and then you just on with your day, because all of the rest of the stuff don't do anything. Did I remember to level up and use all my levels? Yes, I did. Fantastic. Now, another thing, while I don't forget, the job affinity thing basically is you have this menu where you get extra stats if you have a specific percentage of affinity with a specific job, and equipping a job gives you 30% just out the box. which is why I have so much swordsman and mage affinity. The rest comes from passives or gear, and the affinity gives you those stats, and they also determine how much XP you're getting on that job when you're using it, which is why, you know, using a job makes it gain experience, because it automatically means that you have some affinity on it. Hey, Ardell, hope you're doing well.
Treasure, huh?
A spear. Now we can also use, well, we could do that a little bit for, just for this fight here. We can use our fun new spear. We have a spear. Or rather lance. They uniquely have the ability to do any type of damage, I believe.
Desperate.
And you can also do this. It becomes Dragoon, but for now we're just a Lancer. It is one of the better weapons to deal with an enemy in the same way as you can do with arrow. For some reason, bats are weak to wind. I would like Path of Exile 2. I don't know. I found Path of Exile 1 a little bit overwhelming. I don't know.
Time for a change.
A treasure!
I bet Chaos saves the biggest tower for himself.
Still got a ways to go.
Yeah, stay alert. Stay focused.
Oh, what's this? Alright, action cancelling. That's a thing.
Okay.
I got it! Kill the fiends and these growths get weaker.
This fight can get pretty drawn out. The easiest way to deal with it is to try and ignore the enemies or abuse the enemies' attacks and just kill the mouths. Give me. Like so. Because it's just a barf of enemies. They just keep coming. They'll stop eventually, but there's so many. And if you just delete the mouths, everything dies, and you can move on. Easiest way to deal with it if you're alone. It's a lot easier to deal with it properly when you have companions. Suddenly music change. Is character immune during killing animation? Yes. The soul burst thing where you cover them in crystals, you're completely impervious to damage during it, which you can absolutely abuse to iframe attacks. Anima shards are really handy. We're probably going to be using those to forcibly unlock specific jobs as we go through. So that I can just go, I want to play this with that weapon. And we can use shields! It's mage! And in this case, skeletons are weak to blunt damage. And air, for some reason. Again. And the first combo finisher you get with Mage is air as well, so convenient. See, I believe this room over here is the one with the funny one. Think. Yep. Oh, do you see him? Can you see him? Who's that? Does he look like a funny fella? There's a Tonberry in basically every stage. So, his toolkit in full is he can stab you. You can parry it, but if you don't, you die, pretty much. He can teleport to you, which he generally just will do if he manages to stun you. He'll just teleport to you and you have like one frame to dodge before he just stabs you and it's over. He has a spell where like purple flames will circle in on you, and if you touch them, you get stunned. Or rather, you get staggered. So he has a chance to teleport in and stab you. He has a spell where he shoots away, like just like a machine gun fire of electric orbs that paralyze you, which he will use, and then teleport in and stab you. And then he has Doom and Gloom, which shoots a machine gun fire of just black orbs that hurt. So, the optimal strategy in this point, at this point, the easiest, safest ways to disarm that is either use Lancer and just spear until he dies. Or you do this.
Let's go.
Stravi, hope you're doing well. And the reason why Aero is so broken is because you see each time the break bar like takes a chunk, it's because the Tonberry is getting like wall banged, like fighting game style, and each time does a huge amount of break damage. That's what makes Aero so busted. And yes, I have been killed by Tonberries by underestimating them. That is why I'm basically just like using the 10-foot pole. This is how you kill it. But the good news is that in every single stage after this one, most Tonberries are placed like around corners and stuff so they can get the jump on you. Because they know that that's how they get you. I didn't hope you were going to stop naming moves after stab and warp stab. He has two moves, stab and teleport into stab. Ow. Yeah, give me that. Ow. It's very possible that that specific Tonberry got the most kills. I could imagine that it got many a rage quit. Bruh. Imagine if Aero was that broken at 14. Right? The only reason why Aero is very, very meh in boss fights is because bosses are generally immune to those shenanigans, just completely. You can't knock up them in that way. So they don't let you.
More of those cubes.
Oh, a new greatsword! Fantastic! That's all I ever wanted. Let's go this way. Because night is really fun and really strong. We have 3 paths before us. Let's go with White Mage. And more Affinity. And for some reason, Monk requires Lancer and Pugilist. For some reason. Whoops. This one. That'll do. Wow. This is my jogging outfit. You like it? I need a breathing mask for my jogging.
This is the one.
Guess what time it is? Story says I like the gentle tap to burst them compared to the savagery on others. Yeah. The way they just let Jack just puts a hand on the Tonberry to finish it. That sounds about right, Silly.
Chaos.
No. I am to become.
We've been had!
Who are you?
We're here to kill Chaos.
The prophecy's very own Warriors of Light.
-1.
Really?
Nice shoes.
He always wore such splendid armor, with a helmet that was terrifying to behold.
It's Garland!
No. I am to become Chaos.
Big Kilo the Cat. Hope you're doing well. Boss time. Oh, something to clarify there, Zaf, is there is a recommended gear button. I'm actively choosing to not use it because I want to choose myself. Yeah.
Stand there! Dodge!
Get back! This one's gonna hurt!
Time for a change.
Be still!
Ow.
Okay.
No, when you're beaten. You already said that. Phase 2. Not gonna need one of these.
No way!
So this is what darkness does to humans. Keep it alive. Answers. Yeah, baby. We know who does it better. Here it comes.
With this power!
Time for a change.
And that's the reason why we held the blaze.
This is putting a damper on our...
Because you can break his ice sword by just firing at him. And his ice sword is the scariest thing in this whole fight. You fools! Oof. Oh, loot, yoink, yoink, yoink. No, when you're beaten! But the ice sword is really scary because the dash forward it does like a wave of explosions. And it has a whole combo with it, so it's way easier to just prevent him from being allowed to do it in the first place. Also, look, isn't she adorable?
Wait. My
Wait.
crystal. It's her.
Yeah, just like before.
Nice sword.
Mine's going crazy.
I have one too.
I'm Neon.
And I also have an egg.
And not Chaos. Guess I was right.
Huh. Feels like there's a story behind that.
My allies and I set out to rid the land of chaos. But the journey took its toll.
The angel, I said it.
One by one, we fell. Until only I remained.
Hey Joe, hope you're doing
It was
well.
then that I finally realized the truth. Chaos isn't a man. Or a monster.
It's a data center!
Chaos is just a fairy tale.
Oh.
The darkness, the beasts, this despair that eats away at people's hearts. It's easy to blame a single thing for all of that. It gives people hope to think the world can be saved with a single heroic deed, even if it's never that simple. So I decided to become a sacrifice. I offered myself to the darkness and prayed to become chaos, hoping some band of heroes would defeat me and thus bring an end to this empty dream.
Bullshit.
And... and scene.
He's out there. I can feel him. I just have to keep looking. I'll find him.
It's a good song, though.
When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light. And I only count 3 of you.
We don't need someone whose heart's not in it.
Then show me chaos. Do that, and I might even start to respect you.
Deal.
There is House now. Let me... I'll turn it on for you for you in a moment.
We better get back to the castle. Wouldn't want to disappoint our patrons.
Not only is there such an option, Hasenal, I believe there is one specifically to only hide the helmet in cutscenes, if that's what you want. I do, Ostravi. The best way to approach the post-game is... Let me just explain that before I get too caught up in it. There's a few questions I see. Also, hey Silvermint, hope you're doing well. First thing, that's what I mean with Jack he's skipping the cutscene. He's skipping the cutscene for us. Second thing, the DLC thing, when you reach the post-game, you can enter battles where you enable, I think it's called Chaos Mode, which basically just gives you infinite stack, like break bar, and infinite MP. Then go and unlock the Void Knight ability, the command ability, Mana Shield, or whatever it's called, and just maintain that. As long as you have that, you're invulnerable, essentially. And then you just go and grind gear. It'll take a while, but the best way to do it is to grind the resources you need to unlock item level 300 versions of the Snowy Mountain stage. And the easiest way to do that is just go to the Snowy Mountain stage on the Chaos difficulty itself, find the point where there's cubes and a griffin. You kill the griffin, go back to the cubes, kill the griffin, cubes, griffin, cubes, griffin, cubes, griffin, cubes, until you have enough resources that you can unlock the item level 300 version, and then you do it again. Griffin cubes, griffin cubes, griffin cubes, and the reason you do it there is to grind gear, and once you have a decent set of gear, you continue onward. You're not meant to get like a best in slot set there or anything, but it gives you item level 300, essentially. That's how you do it. Funny thing is, before they added that chaos mode thing, you had to do that, but just don't get hit. Like, exactly the same strategy, but be careful. So, that's how I did it. There are also other ways, and you don't need item level 300. This DLC starts at item level 200. Next, let's see. Is it display? Nope. Basic setting. Display headgear. Oh, you can only set it to off. Never mind. And yeah, the grind is very obnoxious. Absolutely. I totally get it. Let's see here. Aftershock. That's a fun one. Right, so we've gotten a lot of new weapons, which means that now we actually have Sword Fighter and Marksman. So let me just update my wheel. Something hilarious about it being so big. Gun. We're not quite there for the next stage yet, but speaking of... Ah, fantastic. Look, we have a Assassin's Creed girl. And to Nox's question, bam. There you go. It also helps because that means that you just have what she's wearing instead of what Jack is wearing, so we can just make sure that we're dressed appropriately.
Wow. So this is what the city's like. I'd forgotten.
Looks like you're as forgetful as the rest of us.
Am I? I guess so.
We're forgetting things all the time.
I guess it's the price we have to pay for this strength.
Attachments to this world will just make it harder to do our duty.
Duty?
It's a mercy to forget.
A mercy, huh? Whose mercy? Someone or something must have decided to make it this way. Who was it?
Beats me. I forgot.
Fair. Why do you keep forgetting? I don't remember.
Hey, Neon. When did you first come here?
10 years ago? Although it seems just like yesterday.
And that's also true, Zaf. It's not Squeenix making this.
And, that about covers it.
So the throne was empty. Or perhaps you lost heart and fled the shrine.
I'm King No Name.
Neo, was it? Do you also bear a crystal?
I think you've seen it before.
Very good. 4 warriors, 4 crystals.
Still black as pitch, though.
Warriors of light are before before us at last. As is your right, I will reveal the prophecy of Lucan in its entirety.
There's more.
When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all. This land is home to 4 crystals: fire, wind, water, and earth. The darkness corrupting them causes fires to rage, winds to die, seas to languish, and earth to decay. The people are lost, and scarce little light remains in their hearts.
Right. So you want us to do something about the darkness clouding the crystals?
Indeed. Will you accept?
What about chaos?
Rekindle the light of the crystals, and you shall win the right to claim you've slain chaos. Will that not sate your pride?
What are you saying? That chaos doesn't exist?
Chaos is only a tale, passed down from our forebears to give the people hope. Hope that by slaying the beast in his lair, peace will be restored. You will not find him.
Bruh.
However, the seeds of a new hope have been planted here, now. A hope we can see, yes. A hope we can believe in. Jack, Ash, Jed, Neon. Deliver this world from the clutches of darkness.
Well then, if you'll come with me.
Hey, Mask. Hope you're doing well. Hi.
Your first destination should be Provoca, which can be reached after crossing into the northern continent. Son, the town's mayor, should have information on the crystal's whereabouts.
This is such a weird thing they do sometimes. It's like 5 times or so throughout the story, they do this where they do the cutscene and then like they dump you in the area and like talk with the guy, I guess. Hey Samuel, hope you're doing well. I don't know what they taste like, Mass, but they don't look healthy to eat.
Go with the crystal's blessing.
Be safe, everyone. Go with the crystal's blessing.
Well, fantastic.
By the way, Princess, we didn't see anyone who matched your description of Garland at the Chaos Shrine.
I see.
But that means we might find your knight somewhere else.
That's very optimistic.
Sorry, that's all we have.
I do hope he's out there somewhere.
I don't mean to pry, but what was your relationship with Garland? Oh, I get it.
Yeah, exactly, Joe. Didn't see any mirrors.
Hey there, Jack. You just got back from the shrine, right? The minister paid your room for the night, so why not get some rest?
Grunt of acknowledgement.
I was hoping you'd say that.
He didn't say anything. More cutscene.
And so, their journey begins. And so, their quest began.
Should probably determine what you should write before you start writing with that. And then you thought it was a mission, but it was me! A cutscene!
So their quest began. As the 4 warriors of light, they felt overwhelmed by the great task destiny had placed before them. They did not even know the true significance of the 4 crystals they held in their hands. The crystals that once, long ago, held a light that shone so brilliantly. The time for their journey had come. The time to cast off the veil of darkness and bring the world once more into light.
And then you thought it was finally time to fight things again, but it was me, another cutscene.
Huh? What's up with them?
Hey, Mr. Bright, hope you're doing well. Ow.
You're from the castle, aren't you? That's for my dad!
Oh.
What happened to him?
King commanded him to set sail for the crystals. And he never came back!
You're blaming the wrong people, kid. The king might have given your father the orders, but it was chaos that did the deed.
Yeah, but...
Hey, we're here to make sure that never happens again. For all the kids like you who have lost someone. For all of Cornelia.
Say something, Jack.
Something.
Where's Mayor Sohn?
he's dead too. Captain Bickey looks after us now.
Uh-oh.
Captain?
Yeah, he lives in that cave.
Thanks. Now we're back to playing the game. Although, before we do that, there's an optional revisit mission here, which we will do first. So, almost time to do Sastasha. Almost. The reason why we do the optional mission is because we do that second, then it'll be very, very easy. We're using gun. Let's use sword fight on top of that. Right. I'll be right back. And then we do the optional mission, and then we do Sastasha. In the meantime, Manatee restored. Alright, I'm back. Killer says, is there magic in this world? Plenty. Hey Shaq, hope you're doing well. Yeah, so all that has happened so far, Shaq, is we went and fought Chaos, which turned out to not be Chaos. It was Neon, who's one of the player characters now, who had absorbed darkness, supposedly, and then was meant to become Chaos. Then we were sent to Pravoka, which is... It's Sastasha. But before we do that, we have an optional side quest. So, as I said, you haven't missed much. You didn't miss much. This story is it's a slow start. However, we also have Gun now. And we also get to play as Neon. Neon. Oh, whoops. I didn't see the side wolves. Oh, that did. It felt like it did more damage. I guess there was a wall bang involved. We're gonna defeat you with the power of the light and this cool gun. So what you probably have already noticed, big shocker, we're playing the same stage we just played in reverse now, with enemies placed differently. And we just unlocked the staff. And yes, some of the mages can indeed use the staff. And we can also see this is the door we progressed through earlier, but it's locked now. I had to check. There were doors earlier that I thought were locked that turned out they were not. We are the Skeletons 3! Whoa. Hey John, hope you're doing well. And today we're playing Strangers of Paradise. Yeah, so gun is not that strong at the very start. You need some buffs to make it really good. But it's really funny. Is it? Hope you're doing well. Why would you use the staff when you have a gun? Fantastic question. Apparently, the staff can extend. It's an extendo staff. It become long. It's a grower. So the ability of Sword Fighter is simply that you use it, and then if something lands a hit on you, you basically go nope and turn it into a counterattack, but only once. and then you have to use it again. So it's like it's sort of an insurance policy. There's an ability you can unlock by leveling Sword Fighter up a little bit that makes it so that if you parry, you keep the buff while simultaneously getting the nope parry. Isn't that the gun extending with a bullet? A crossover with 14 would be with and Stranger Paradise would be crazy. And also a little strange. What would they do with that? I didn't even know that was an option. I think I just dodged by literally jumping over the animation. Did you see what I mentioned earlier, that the enemies are less likely to hit you if you can't see them? This guy with the spear just stood there and let me hit his body because he wasn't properly on screen. So if you're really smart, if you're really galaxy brain, you might be able to abuse that fact that the enemies don't want to hit you if you can't see them. Like, they will still do it, but they're just very they're not in love with the idea, so they'll be very easy to deal with. Of course, also there's limits. If they've already wound up the attack, then they're like, you saw them use it. So that's on you. Wide open. Oh, another staff. It's called a power staff. I really thought that last hit would break them. It'd be an amazing dialogue, a string of nods and grunts. How does this game work not solo then? The NPC, your NPC companions will engage the enemies with you. Let's just say that blocking feels a lot worse when you have companions, because you can't be sure the enemy will actually attack you. I very offhandedly mentioned that Knight is extremely strong. If you have companions, and it suddenly like drops to like meh, because its ability is in blocking, but you can't be sure enemies will hit you. So it becomes a very different kind of fight. A little more chaotic, but it also gives you more room to breathe. So the problem here is, speaking of which, Knight, very broken. Red Mage, also very good. But this is amazing. And it's on the path to Red Mage, so I guess we're going that way first. And yeah, that's also true. You can also play actual multiplayer, which works in the way that your friend basically takes over the body of one of your NPC companions, and then like they still get to use their own build and everything, but they basically just become one of the companions. And this is the reason why I only stop to look at loot every time we reach cubes. Every time we reach a checkpoint, because this would be extremely obnoxious to watch all the time. Can I play this for you? I played through the game with Zip. Iframes! Yoink. Oh right, these spear guys can do that. However, can your spell block this bullet? How does co-op even work in this? Is everyone just Jack? No! Quite literally, you join someone and then you pick, or I can't remember if it's the host or you that picks, but someone gets to pick which of the companions you are. So you will be one of the characters. Specifically, the helpers cannot be Jack. And also, the feature that you can play as any of the characters is actually an addition they added later in the game's life, because players were mad that they could play as, for instance, Neon, but only as a multiplayer character, like in a multiplayer setting, and only if they were not the host. Which I could kind of see that, like, the features there, why didn't you finish it? Ow. Let me have my camera back. So the boss in this stage is actually the Griffin. Which makes pretty good sense, because they're like a common mini-boss, you could say. Ow. And apparently the mini-boss doesn't care that I'm not looking at it. Excuse me. Now we can fight. And that's the funny thing, when you hit it enough times, its armor just disappears. When you're basically, the post-game, like, initial gear grind is just fighting one of those repeatedly. Just over and over and over and over and over again. Until you have decent equipment. Right, so let me just figure out my equipment here. And then, Smithy is another. Here's a tip: if you actually get to play, if you ever start on this game, this feature, very important. To not overwhelm yourself with equipment. Tip: order it for equipment level while you're playing through the game. You will not need most of the equipment. So you can just do this and just delete everything that is under a certain threshold. Like this. just keep the newest ones. If you're using NPC companions, you may want to keep 2, so that you have 1 for your NPC companion. 3, if both of the companions you happen to use the weapon you want, like if they both use the same weapon. And the reason why I recommend doing this is because if you wait until you already have, like, hit the like, there's a limit. You can hold, like, 5,600 items. If you wait until you've already hit that limit, then this is going to suck. Like, mega suck. There's also the thing, just to be clear, there is an auto dismantle feature in the game. So if you bother to sit down and set that up, you don't have to do that every single stage. But I haven't set that up, and as you can see, I like to customize my gear a little bit, so I would rather figure that out myself anyway. And yeah, Naomi, it's basically like an avalanche of gear. We're gonna re-roll that, but it is really funny. it is really funny, but we're gonna re-roll that. Game like, no, gun! Come on, gun! Night, Angel. Enjoy Fork Tower. It's not that I didn't want to use gun again. It was just more that we don't want to spam the same weapon over and over again. That would be boring. I guess we'll hold on to our shots for a bit. So we can level something when we want. Now! Sastasha. The thing is, Nox, once you have a few abilities to help boost it, gun becomes completely insane.
The kid was talking about?
I don't see any other caves. Let's head in.
But we don't even have one of them. Here's a funny detail. If you have gun or a spell, you can just shoot the spider directly. Or, you can do this.
Damn webs.
Knife! I actually practiced a little bit, like yesterday, specifically with knives, because I am terrible with the knives. And I usually end up taking a ton of unnecessary damage while dealing with the knives. Someone asked earlier if you can kill the other enemies with the bombs. There you go. Why does Nian have the Fem Midlander Hero Walk? Fantastic question.
Captain Picky!
Speaking of me being bad at knives, I learned yesterday that if you hold the special button for that twin thrust move I used, it actually keeps stabbing like that.
Something's off here. The air feels wrong.
Yeah.
Which means I didn't know all this time.
Weird. It feels like I've been here before.
I've had that feeling before. And it's best not to think about it. You won't think about it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Right now, we need to focus on
How are you wearing caster gear while playing ninja? I'm gonna report Just PvP. What? That looked a little jank. At 60, would you dance partner, summoner, or machinist? Summoner, probably. I think it kind of depends on the player, actually. I think it's close enough that I would partner whoever I know. He's using no clip. I don't even know what happened. I just suddenly just goofed my way through the web. What? We have a new move! Vortex! The thing knives have is that many of their attacks are like, does more damage if it's a critical hit. And critical hits are not like a proc. It's straight up if you hit something from behind, or if you hit something while it's lying down. That's a crit. So it's very important to try and actually make that magic happen.
Be careful. They aren't known for their magic.
Streamlit monsters.
Ah!
Bare their fangs, knock them out.
Those spike what's it? I don't know if it's stalagmite or stalactite. A classic gamer mistake. You can shoot those down with a gun too. It's really funny that you can interact with so many things with a gun, because before the gun was added, the only way you could do that would be if you used a spell on it or something, which wasn't easy to aim. And the gun, I believe, was the last weapon they added. Like, the majority of the game's lifespan, like, before they finished, I suppose before they finished the whole DLC situation, you just didn't have an easy way to interact with these kind of things. Oh. Hey, Emir. Hope you're doing well. This is not the way forward, so we'll go this way.
Amateurs. Thought they could hide in these.
Stalactite is attached to the ceiling. Thank you, Midichlorian. Tasha Extreme. Yeah, that sounds about right. There's a Tonberry somewhere here. Actually, the Tonberry is over here. Do you see it? Through the bars. Going down side paths, this really isn't 14. Yeah, there's way too many side paths. So what makes this specific part different is that there's skeletons on the floor. If you enter this room, the skeletons stand up, and you can see the Tonberry isn't exactly in an easy to attack position. So now you kind of have to engage it. So I will try my best. I'll give it a real, real college try to just beat it fair and square. I usually don't succeed at beating it fair and square in this particular spot, but I will try. How did I survive that? How did I survive the stabbing? Wait. It has encircled a part of the arena where I am not. Bro? Buddy, can you... I call shenanigans. That's what we call shenanigans. He just leaves a trap at the door. You figure that one out. I am amazed that I survived the stab. Now we get back on track. And I don't have any potions left. Fantastic. I thought he was broken. He was not. The custom character? This is Neon. You unlock her after the first level.
I've never seen anything like it.
These pirates sure chose an odd place for it.
Played as Jack. You can... They added a feature at some point where you can play as any of the NPC companions if you prefer. But yeah, otherwise you technically play as Jack. That's also why it says I'm Jack in the bottom left. Get the funny mastery. We have become masters of the funny. And we are unlocked an additional attack. Affinity or item level. Damage or stats. We take the stats, I guess. And here, I believe this fight was in the little preview footage before the stream started proper. However, I used slightly different moves.
I always wanted a cat, but not like this.
And this is also like a mini-boss like the Griffin from earlier. If you don't know what to do about it, it can actually be really hard.
Pirates didn't care.
kidding. Down! It's also pretty funny because that specific fight, I believe, is meant to teach you that you can break parts on certain enemies to weaken them, but the only way you do that on that Quirrell is if you use slashing weapons, then eventually you'll break its whiskers, which weakens it, I guess, but it like, beyond the detail that, you know, if you're using knives or swords or something, it'll happen, there's not really anything you can do to make that happen. It's like a really strange kind of, think about what weapons you're using. Like, yes, but no. Ow. And the funny thing is, I think the only way I can reliably get behind an enemy for the crits is to use specific combos, and those combos don't lead to a finisher that benefits from crits.
Must be another way.
Because it seems you can't hype live streams? Oh. Maybe you can when it's just a VOD after the fact. Ah! I didn't see you there! That's usually the Cactuar don't strike first. Wow, it was ready for combat. Turn the corner, 1,000 needles, already ready to fire. Unscheduled acupuncture appointment.
I just hate being surprised. Let's get it.
Water magic. Love it.
Yeah, those have an attack that can almost one-shot you on hard. It's just a grab. Oh, new weapon, by the way. If you thought I sucked at knives... then a katana is even worse. Let's try it for a bit. We just picked it up. You unlock Zastasha before doing Zastasha. You unlock some Righteous before doing Zastasha, just like my alt. But that sounds a little cursed. Better knives! Wow, those look... So the thing is, Katana's insanely good if you're actually good at it, but I'm not. John, are you a Final Fantasy fan? Do you have a favorite, maybe besides 14? I haven't actually played that many Final Fantasy games. So it's like, I've played this, Tactics Advance, 7. So I don't know. I guess this would be my favorite. Hey, Anza. Hope you're doing well. See, I just want to really quickly point out that the reason why I'm doing reasonably well with the katana right now is because I'm specifically just not using the thing I suck at, which is this. Never mind. There's something incredibly poetic about me going, I'm doing pretty well because I'm not using this thing, starts using it, takes like 90% of my HP and damage immediately. And it was not like, it was not intentional that that happened. It just so happened to happen. How many kill Chaos did I miss? I don't think we've heard much about killing Chaos recently. Rush the mouth on the wall. Just like in the first stage, that's one of those cases where it's just easy. It's a lot easier if you just avoid. But I'm using two weapons I'm not super familiar with, so it's a lot harder to do it.
Because we're headed right back into the thick of it.
The thick of it. Oh, look, samurai. So a really random thing. We forgot to send someone to check the color on the note. Oh yeah. A really random thing with some of the weapons is that one of the best moves on a specific weapon is sometimes like a really expensive side path that doesn't lead to a job on one of the base classes. Like this is one of the best moves for the katana. Similarly, this is one of the best moves on the sword. Also very expensive and like on a side path. It's just how it is sometimes. Now we get lots of Ronin gear. Weird that, isn't it? I feel like I'm being set up. Here's a new job. Oh, look at all this gear that supports it. What a coincidence. How strange. How could this happen? They really want you to try that Ronin. Ow. Oh. The immediate one-shot when I finally get the setup. I have the power of God and anime on my side. He just killed AirPod. Take this and this and this and this. Every time a set of attacks is begun in that like volley of swings is actually a parry. The problem is that I have no idea how to use it, so it just doesn't really work very well for me. And the katana is a lot worse when you're not using that move. Isn't Jinpu the ranged attack in 14? Yes, it is. Heal what? Hey, Tandema! Hope you're doing well. Let me just check something, actually. Oh, right. Jinpu is the damage buff, that's correct. And NP is the range attack. And now, I will real quick make use of some anime shots just to show you how amazingly powerful Knight is. At least I will try to see if I can allow that. So the thing with with the katana is that when you go into that mode, you can just press right click and then you'll just do a combo finisher. And if you just spam it, you'll just spam combo finishers. What you usually do is you just make all three the same combo finisher and call it a day. And you can just turbo spam. And that is how it's usually used in like post-game kind of stuff. But until then, like in the like actual like leveling story, you could say, you don't have that kind of MP, so you just can't do that. But it would be really funny if you could. Now, the Knight thing. Oh, that's a little expensive. Can we make it? Of course we can. I don't know if I can make it to the point when Knight is actually busted. We need this. Can we also get this? Yes, we can. That's it. So, the quick rundown. I said earlier, Knight is insanely overpowered. You don't want to use Greatsword for it. It's better to, in my opinion, it's better to use a Sword and Shield. You can use a Greatsword for it if you're good at Greatsword. Now, I'm not. But if you were... But the thing that Knight does is that its ability is you just use it, and then if you block or parry, you'll do a little burst of light that does AoE damage around you. And the way break damage works in this game is that when you use MP spending attacks, or, you know, quote-unquote magic damage, it does permanent damage to the break gauge, which you may have noticed on bigger enemies or on bosses, like Chaos, that, like, part of the yellow break gauge turned red and solid. They're never getting that back, so you can just, like, whittle them down with that. The key is that most of these things mean they cost MP, which means that you can't do that all the time. But Knight can use theirs, like this 1 MP bar, and then they just have this effect for ages. And the thing I picked is when I parry, first of all, when I parry, it does a bigger burst that does more damage, and the parry is just, you know, block at the right time. But that parry also slows break gauge recovery, so I can just have the enemy basically destroy themselves by hitting me. And I also took a passive that makes it so that when I parry, I heal. So I can just block and I'll just heal up. I don't need potions or anything, and just block endlessly. And because you do damage while you're blocking and parrying, it means that you can just play defense the entire fight and win. As long as you can be in melee range of the enemy, you win. I just want to show you that. Just one fight. And then maybe we'll use Knight more later, but Knight is my go-to if I'm having trouble with a boss for that exact reason. It means that you killed Chaos already? Yes and no. No, because it's not actually Chaos, but we killed the Chaos in the "We're here to kill Chaos" cutscene.
That's some boat.
Ha ha ha! You've got some stones coming here. For what it's worth, you four don't look like easy pickings.
You're Bikke?
Aye, to some. Captain to you lot.
We're looking for the crystals. We were supposed to find the mayor, but I guess he's dead. Looks like you have the run of the town now.
Aye, that's the world we live in, where people have to turn to pirates for guidance. Pure chaos, if you ask me. Chaos, savvy?
Just tell us where the crystals are.
There. It's poor form not to laugh at a pirate's jokes, lad.
He's using a weapon we don't have.
You got stones, all right.
So an interesting detail with this fight is you'll notice that he'll summon adds, and he'll summon 2 adds. Remember that you can have 2 companions. So you could... it's possible that the intended experience is that they're there to, like, back you up, so you're not just getting dogpiled by the boss and the adds.
You hit hard. Thank you for the compliment.
Yeah. Ugh. Ah! Ah! Did he miss? There he missed.
Called his lackeys. Let's toss him overboard.
Ow. Another thing that's a little strange about this game is that... Ow. It's not that. That's also strange. The really strange thing is that I'm losing suddenly when I'm not focused on fighting. Now, what I was actually getting at is that you see that there's a debuff building up on the enemies. Every element can build a debuff, but all of them the debuff they apply is just you're now weak to this element, which means that because this Knight ability just spams holy damage, it's really easy to build up a holy weakness on the enemy. Why does he switch to not Knight when Knight is broken? The break gauge on the job, or rather, the break gauge you have is associated with a specific job. So if you are taking a lot of heat on at a specific moment and your break gauge is low, then switching to your other equipped job is the way to avoid being overwhelmed. However, when you parry, you recover break gauge rather than lose it. Have you tried kiting him to avoid autos? But I want to be hit. That's what I've been waiting for, him hitting me. I'm standing there waiting for him to punch me. Well, punch me. I'm standing here waiting for him to punch me with an axe.
That's enough! There ain't no ships left to plunder or booty left to steal. We're getting soft, but that fight got my juices flowing. Cheers.
I know, Emir.
You want to know about crystals? Astos is your man. This boat will take you right to his doorstep.
Astos.
Friend of yours?
No.
Astos. You might know Astos.
Calls himself King of the Dark Elves.
Isn't that the boss that uses rub stuff?
What's the difference?
Well, it depends on who you ask. Some say he drank the lifeblood of 50 score of his king. Some say he made a deal with Chaos. Stories and legends abound.
What kind of deal?
You want the truth of it? Ask him yourself.
Womp, womp.
This journey might not be a waste after all.
We might get to meet Chaos! Woohoo! But yeah, basically that's the reason why I'm like... oh yeah, there's the auto dismantle. Basically, what you just saw is the reason why I'm like, oh yeah, Knight is really, really busted. Like, really busted. If you know how to use it. And so I'm going to try and hold it like in my back pocket if we need it. But I don't want to use it for every fight, because then it's just gonna... then it'll just be me doing what you just saw for the rest of the game. It's very effective. Extremely effective. Sounds like a lot of things about it if you know how to use it. Yeah, I guess. I guess the thing that makes Knight feel so strong is that it to me, it feels like it's really easy to use it really well. But that might, of course, also just be me being, you know, the classic, well, I'm good at it, so surely it's not that hard, is it? Either way, let's see on the equipment situation. Well, you're probably right on that, Kat, that ultimately a lot of things are really, really good if you know how to use them. Also, really funny thing with accessories, they're like a later addition to the game. Bika drops an accessory that makes you take less damage from Bika. Just in case you wanted to farm him. Just in case. Hey! Thank you so much for the Ko-Fi support, BattleCon. Thank you so much. I see were there earlier. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Amazing. And this one, and these. Axe. The guy with a huge axe dropped an axe. So, fire gun. Dun, 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 dun. Why can't the game just know what items I want to keep and what items I don't want to keep? Why do I have to do this whole song and dance? Why can't the game just know me? Just making sure I didn't forget any weapons. I believe that's all of them. Are you kidding me? I guess we're using gun for the optional stage again. That's amazing. I'm like, I remember when we talked about this, I was like, are you going to remove the weapons if you roll them? And I'm like, nah, I'll just re-roll if we get the same weapon twice. That already happened. Right, well, what will we do with the other one? Let's, yeah, let's... What? Oh. Yeah, I don't care. I thought it was like there's something really bad. We have axe. Hail the gun. Amy says, remember Dark Knight is the easiest job. I don't quite agree. Not in this game. But it is the job I used for an endgame build this one time. You know what's really funny about this gun? Did you remember that I said fire gun? It does fire damage, which means... and I can oversaturate the bombs with just my gun. Summon Tashi from accounting? Maybe. I'm not the biggest fan of Axe because the enemies are, for the most part, pretty smart and will step away from you if you just like they'll either just attack you from max range, or they'll just wait. If you just like wind up an attack and wait for them, they will not stupidly walk into you most of the time. Just act like the enemy slowly walking at me don't exist. There's also the part that the axe has a tendency to do so much damage that I don't get to soul burst the enemies, and I want to do that so I get more max MP. They told me it smells so good everyone will come to you. Is my axe that awesome? Put like a just like stab like I don't know like a. When did you arrive? Well, anyway. Fool's Missive. Big K is a crusty pirate, of that there is no doubt. Upon our first meeting, I offered to bestow a modicum of my wisdom upon him in return for a promise to guide all who seek chaos to me. To my surprise, he accepted with gusto. A remarkable man. Unlike others of his kind, he has shown no signs of mistrust or disgust towards me despite my eccentricities or lineage. I suppose his experience as a Corsair captain has taught him to use whatever advantages present themselves, regardless of their origin. Still, I find him to be a fascinating subject, despite his painfully boorish jokes. I only pray that the scraps of knowledge I offer him as gifts will help bend the strands of fate that torment this troubled world. Fool's Missives. Interacting with spheres during a mission may earn you special books of lore. Fool's Missives are a series of letters and notes. Both their author and their intended recipient are a mystery. Lufenian reports official records detailing information on an intricate plan. The Fool's Missives are actually written by a specific character. I don't think, in a stream context like this, I don't think there is an easy way for me to, like, progress the conversation without it ending up being spoilers anyway. So I will just say, would you like to know who it is? What kind of color coral does he like? You don't want to know. Okay. Oh, right. And what color coral he likes? I don't know. You'll find out. Probably. If you paid attention to what was said, you might.
That ain't the spot.
Yeah. Ow. Hey. Come on down. Wanna fight? I'll take that one back. I don't want it. That is the really awkward part about the axe. It does too much damage. And then the enemy dies from severe case of no HP instead of being soul bursted, which sometimes can be fine, but you'll have less MP to work with if you do that. And because of that, you also end up taking a lot of unnecessary damage, I guess. Or at least I do, because I'm bad at axe. A funny coincidence how I'm like, that weapon is OP, that weapon sucks, that weapon's OP, that weapon sucks. And you can see what weapons and jobs I use and don't use. Just from that. Oh, fantastic. Charged bullets. That's what we want. That's what we like to see. That's what we've been waiting for. Alright, Emir. Enjoy your evening. Oh, better gun. Fantastic. And charged bullet. Now our gun does damage. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean with what I kind of meant with the do you want to know who it is that there isn't really a good way to broach it without it's like someone guesses, and then if someone else is like, I didn't know, then they get spoiled. Which is why I was like, do you want me to tell you? Because otherwise you'll just have to guess for yourself, I guess. I forgot to use charged bullet. Not that I'm particularly worried about spoilers, but some people might be. It is one of those where it's like, oh, right, that's the guy, when you realize. But that's really it. Oh, there's two of you. Fantastic. Ow. Enjoy your food, Saf, if you did go for that. So that fight there at the end is of course a little lopsided because you're meant to just kill the pirates and move on. Welcome back, Bits. We're basically using a skin. You just choose which character you want to look like. And it's of course hilarious to play through the game featuring Jack, the Chaos Slayer, as a little girl, isn't it? Oh wait, I didn't want that. There we go. It's very nice to get that specific gun early, because most of the guns you pick up throughout the journey of the game can be a little meh. Well, she's kind of short. But fair enough. Most of the guns are a little meh, so getting one with this specific combination is very nice very early, and sometimes you just won't pick up a gun with any job affinity for several stages, just by sheer random chance that can happen, that you just get memed on by the game going, nope. And other times you get blessed like this, although it's specifically Red Mage, and we don't have Red Mage yet, so we can't actually... We can't benefit from the affinity insofar as getting level ups, unless we specifically go and unlock Red Mage. No mechanical difference between the characters? Nope. It's just glam. It's just glam. Normally the way it worked was that you were supposed to only be able to access the the alternative characters when you were joining someone else's game for multiplayer. But then people complained that it was unfair that you had to play as Jack in, like, when you were the host or in single player. So they just went, I guess we could just make it so everyone can play whatever they want. Well, now we solved the problem of needing to unlock Red Mage. So now we spin the wheel for the next stage. Staff, I think. And that's correct, Bertwellcon. When you have them along with you as partners, the characters themselves have to be played as specific jobs. Like, for instance, Ash, for now, has to be a pugilist, Jet has to be a duelist, and Neon has to be a sword fighter. But when you're taking them over, you can be whatever you want. Yeah, it was really close to being, oh, gun again. Now this is a staff. So I'm going to use Pilgrim, that is the staff weapon class, just to start. But technically, Red Mage can also use staff. And White and Black Mage can too. Black Mage can also use gun. Because of course they can. Right. Let's use some shards to unlock a job for the secondary to use instead of Red Mage. Or maybe Red Mage? Yeah. Let's go with Red Mage as the secondary. That could be fun. Let's do it with knives. I usually don't use knives in Red Mage. Also says Black Mage with guns sounds so cursed. It kind of does, but to me, I was like, sure, because in Tactics Advance, I believe, Black Mage can also use gun. So I'm like, yeah, why not? Sure. But yeah, it's technically a co-op game, Bits, if you want it to be. And you don't have to be a specific character, you just need to know how to do it. You can even, like, turn off allies if you don't want them. And there are different difficulties, so it doesn't have to be as hard as it looks when I'm playing. Hey Seraph, hope you're doing well. Staff is another one of those weapons I'm not amazing at, but at this point I do recognize it's like half of the weapons. That's correct, Ardell.
And we're here. Best gird your loins.
Gird my what?
How do we get back?
Just focus on getting to Ostos with your head on your shoulders. You poor, poor sods.
Rude. Does he remember how to use... Only forward and back. Forward and back. Oh, there's a hold? Oh, right. That's so... Guys. I swear, this doesn't normally happen. That moment when your staff just becomes a noodle. It's just the worst.
You ever seen anything like that before?
Castle like this? I bet that's not even the center.
Oh! Whee! It's such a random thing. And he's like, yeah, here's a staff. There's no indication that it could suddenly turn into a whip, but it can. Also, you can do this. Oh, hey, can you keep moving? Never mind. I'll try with someone else then, if you're gonna be boring. The remedies for floppy staff issues. Maybe. Well. I'm just all guys sometimes, yeah. Sneak attack! Come in from behind! Are
those people?
No, don't let their looks fool you. They're pure darkness.
There's no need for mercy.
Woo, the iframes. I cast this. Hey, going midichlorian? In that case, I hope you have a good evening.
Where there's a lock, there's a key.
Correct, Ash. Very good. Excellent. That is basically Blue Mage Central, Taldemar. I cast
I bet
whatever
this
this
place
is.
filled with secret rooms and hidden treasure.
I wonder what riches the king of the Dark Elves is hoarding.
I thought I would be a lot worse with the staff. Oh, right. I can do this, and I can do this. Oh boy.
Sneaky. Keep your eyes peeled, Jack.
It's around here somewhere. Don't scream down on the shoulder.
Uh-oh. Wait, does that not cost MP to maintain? I thought it did. Oh, it's just because it's 3 hits or so. That's when you know I haven't used staff that much. I was certain it did, because most of the time with those kind of attacks, they cost like extra MP to keep going, and they just keep going and going and going and going and going until you stop. But apparently this one has an end. Guess what? Krill mini-boss! Oh, that's why. It's because the spinny move doesn't actually stagger very much, so you probably don't want to. Just maintain it unless it's safe. Also, surprise!
I was just joking about secret rooms.
Was she talking about secret rooms?
I've got this.
Was she? Yeah. Noted. I guess I was busy... I was busy being Jack and killing things. Yeah, I suppose so, Kat. And Naomi, I guess she was. She says she was, so I guess so. I guess so. Sure. We should unlock Black Mage, so we have that. We should really unlock Black Mage, so all that affinity doesn't go completely to waste. Guys, I think the game has decided the new job that we have needed affinity for. It's like, guess what? You're a Black Mage now. You do this. We can cast Ruin, which is, I believe it kinda sucks. And speaking of sucks, this whole section of this stage is fun.
Look out! It's aiming at us.
Get behind something, Jack.
It's not the place you want to be AFK. And Orlando. Can never remember which of these has something hidden behind them, so I have to check all of them. Ugh. Oh. Whoa. Ah. Ah. That was a confusing fight. AQB, hope you're doing well. Why did they go down the ladder like that? Forgot the chest. Because they need to go fast. You gotta go fast. Ow. Whirlwind is really good. A cartwheel, was it? Let's grab the new move. That's funnier. Wheel wrap. And this is a locked door. Thank you, that's my time. And now, this is a Tonberry. Whoa. This is a Tonberry, as you can see. And that's a ballista. Ow. Ow. Let's try that again. But let's do it not stupid. Which of course means the way you do it not stupid is you do this. Something special about the Tonberry? The Tonberry is really strong. That's it. That's all. It's just really strong. The reason why I didn't just like fight it is because its chef's knife is nearly a one-shot, as it turns out. So I don't want to fight it. Not in a fair fight. I'd rather do this. But for the entertainment value, I will try to fight it at least once. Like we just did. And then I lost. Ow. Bruh. That ballista. It doesn't normally get me that much. But ow. Oh, look, Sage! Yeah, floaty glowy banners. I don't know what they mean. But yeah, that is... Thornberries are essentially so hard that my default go-to is cheese them. I just remembered I wanted to use knives. And you just stand. No, wait, that's not gonna that's not gonna work. See, I think I can fix it here. I'm safe behind the whole building. Hi, QB. Good night to you. Ah! I keep doing this. The moment I stop looking at it, I'm almost getting hit. Those new moves for the knives are really nice. Very nice. So the Galaxy Brain move here, if Jack dies in a party context, what happens? If you're alone, like a single player situation, fades to black and you go back to the checkpoint. There's nothing the NPC, like the party companions, can do for you. It's just over immediately. Just, I think in a co-op situation that other players can run over to your corpse and spend one of their potions to get you back up. But essentially in single player mode, you could say, it's over if you die, just immediately. And that's all. So before we go and explore that side path, I just want to I just want to give this ballista a piece of my mind. Just real quick. Just, you know, I just really want to show it how it feels to get stabbed with a ballista projectile. That's how it feels. Now we can get back to the thing we were doing. If you don't... Exactly, Jack. Precisely. If you don't go and break the ballista before you go down this way, the ballista will continue to harass you while you deal with this mini-boss, Griffin. Ow. Can you get down? No! I will fly! Like a bird! This? The Dark Crystals are potent tools. Their powers are many, but most notable is their primary function to erase memories upon spatial transference and leave naught but an urgent desire in their stead. It is a convenient way to purge inconvenient truths that may prove contrary to the Master's purposes while simultaneously ensuring their agents carry out their mission. Indispensable, it turns out, as residual memory. Indispensable, it turns out, as residual memories of the past that linger in this world have a tendency to distract agents and steer them down inconvenient paths. The Dark Crystals possess many subsidiary functions as well. For one, they serve as temporary storage devices for lost memories. They also seem to attract memory fragments remaining from previous iterations. Lastly, they somehow seem to transcend dimensional paradoxes and remain forever in this world. Of course, I would be a fool not to turn these crystals to my own ends. They must regain their memories. They must regain their memories. My lost little ducklings have forgotten which way the wind must blow, and I will use any means to give them a gentle push in the right direction. Anyway, back to what we were doing.
I've got this.
Haste, just so you can run over to the stairs, or to the ladder, and climb up the ladder. And then reuse the checkpoint. And then continue forward. Oh wow, look at the time. Whoops. Well, you'll probably do this stage and the optional stage it produces. That's still, I imagine, just like half an hour away. That's my guess. So we still have plenty of game. Oh, whoa, where did you come from? I was too short for this game. I mean, it's not entirely inaccurate. I was like when Angel was like, "Are you going to kill Chaos?" I was like, yeah, in the first hour, and we actually managed to do it exactly, in the first hour. Game's long, especially when I spent so much time in each stage. Like, I do all the optional stuff, and then I'm like, wow, that took a long time. Weird, that. And I know it was like a 2-minute preview, but I'm pretty sure in the 2-minute preview before the stream started, I actually skipped something that I didn't skip now in the Zastasha. Where did you come from? Where did these goblins keep appearing from? Hello? They seem just as confused as I am. Like, why did he come back? Goblin bus. I arrived on the goblin bus. Yeah. It's just chillaxing.
This is that tower we saw.
Is it?
Time to explore.
That is one interesting. If I act like I haven't seen him, maybe he'll just leave me alone. I've ever seen. Give me MP, thank you. We take those. Look! A door! It's the door, the locked door from before! Ground pound! Thief. I think we can unlock Thief. We should have the resources to do that. So sure, we can do that. Whoops. There's of course also the pugilist side, and it's a little further there. There we go. Thief unlocked. Thief get. Thief is pretty funny. All those like special moves that enemies use that you can block and then send back, you can just steal one. You just go, I want yours. Which can be really good, but could also just be garbage because, you know, here's an idea. How about you just have a good move yourself? But sometimes it can be handy. I think there was this one time where I beat the first boss, Chaos, with steel. Ah! Good thing I used protect. Steal Tonberry knife. I believe you get everyone's grudge if you steal on Tonberry. And while everyone's grudge is absolutely ludicrous from the Tonberry, it's kinda when you use it. Also, funny little detail, you could just run over and click the elevator button here while fighting all those, which is the reason why the elevator is so long. so you have to fight them. I believe it's not even the only time in the game where they do that. Just put a blob of enemies.
Jack's power is no joke. You think he might be the one?
We need to make sure.
Why not throw him at a badass monster? And I'd settle it quick.
It's not the only time where they're like, here's a blob of enemies. There's a button so you can just exit. And then when you try that, then the exit is really slow. Like, really slow. Oh. Actually, the counter is pretty good. I just keep forgetting to use those. I keep forgetting to use my command abilities. But then again, if I did use them a lot, it would probably be a lot easier. For better or worse. I just keep forgetting. Guess what? Empty room, cubes, just after cubes and a blob of enemies. I sure wonder what's behind this door. I sure wonder. What? A cutscene?
There's no one here.
Did Bikke lie to us?
He looks friendly.
Watch it. This thing is fast, and it hits hard. Don't just stand there and let it hit.
Ah, I didn't mean to do it like that.
Quicker than it looks. Pay attention.
Building up MP before round 2. Surely touching back and forth will work this time.
What's inside? You with the Dark Elves?
First, we gotta crack it open.
Thank you.
Start with the helmet.
Oh, that's the problem. Yeah, the way to hit them all at once is to use the windstorm, but it didn't go as well as I'd hoped. Just do the... Not actually hold that. Can you give me a windstorm again? Nope. It's fine. I didn't want one. There you go. Whew. That got a little bit down to the wire. I completely ran out of potions. I think the game is telling you to hit them all at once. What? No.
He's good.
Better than good. Only Jack can fight like that.
Glad to see he's back. Took long enough.
What?
Huh?
Bravo, Jack. And a round of applause for Jed Ash. And Neon, of course.
You know who we are?
I'm a dark elf, you see. And we dark elves...
Skip? Tell us about the crystals. That's all I want to know.
Good, good. Those who are to forge the future mustn't be concerned with trivialities.
Then cut to the chase.
Skip. Hey, Axis. Hope you're doing well.
My castle is here. Make your way through this forest until you reach a tower. At its zenith, you will find the Wind Crystal. The journey will be perilous, but I suspect that doesn't come as a surprise.
No.
Any questions?
Just one. Is it true you made a deal with Chaos?
No, but you will. Chaos, darkness given form, given purpose. By its hand were the crystals extinguished, and only by its hand can they be restored. Of course, a deal with a monster commands a high price. Your very lives may be required as tender. Is that funny?
Yes, hilarious.
I just forgot what it's like to hear some good news for once.
Safe travels, Jack.
I like his eyes. Now, his nails, on the other hand, they could use some work. So now, there's a jobs for friends thing. I mentioned earlier that your companions can only be a specific job. At this point, they now have one more job they can be. Where Ash can be monk, Jed can be thief, and Neon can be red mage. Like, randomly. What's interesting here is that that's specifically a job that can use the weapon they were already using. Or does Jack look like that disappointed dad? Because he is a little bit disappointed, I think. That's true, Nox. I must say, this thing where you can hold the button for more damage is interesting, but also really scary, because you're basically giving the enemy the opportunity to just whack you while you're just twirling a staff. There's very little killing chaos going on right now. That is, indeed, that is probably the reason why he has that disappointed dad energy. He's like, this journey doesn't have as much chaos killing as I had hoped. Murph. It's really random. Petrification resistance. I wish that effect was something more interesting. Wow, see, that would have been really handy during the Black Knight fight that we just had. Funny that. Oh well. Why does Black Knight have that medallion? That is a fantastic question, Kat. Why would he run around with that? Ye olde video game logic. He must be protected from himself. Maybe he has it just in case his phantom clones turn on him one day. He'll be like, up, 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 up. I have the medallion. I'm safe. However, I don't need that safety, so bye. I just need my 2 strength accessory, I guess. Right, so we have a optional stage again, so let's spin the wheel one more time. It better not be gone again. Lance, let's see. Let's get Dragoon. To close the grate. It would have been fantastic if it had rolled gun again, wouldn't it? Let's get Dragoon. Let's do the jumpies. We have the technology and we have the currency. Ba-ba. Oh, one more thing we'll grab before I forget is a blood weapon. That's fun. We have acquired Bloodwedding, everyone. It was on Marauder all along. And Dragoon can, of course, use great swords, axes, and spears. Obviously. Well, I remember. I guess we don't need that. Anything here we would really like to get? I just real quick, just want to highlight this. This move is called Backstab. It does not do extra damage when you stab the enemy in the back with it. It's because you do it like this. It's not a backstab as in you stabbing them in the back. It's a backstab as in you stab them while showing your back. Yeah, let's get a funny jump. Hey Alec, hope you're doing well. Is Gunbreaker in the game? Nope, but Gunblades are also not in the game. I'm never really a fan of the 2 MP bars move, so how about we just don't use that one? Also, let's switch this to... Can we do White Mage? Do we have the resources to also yoink White Mage already? Can we has White Mage? We can has White Mage. And yeah, if you are enjoying this stream, it does help me a lot if you leave a like on the stream. To tell the algorithm this is an enjoyable stream, like other people to enjoy it as well. So thank you so much in advance. Okay, quickly just showing you so that we don't miss it. Black Mage can use gun. Black Mage can use gun. There you go. Black Mage has gun. Does that backstab do psychic damage because you just show how little you fear the enemy? I don't believe so. Let's check what it said. Impale an enemy on your spear with a piercing attack that knocks enemies back. It could be some kind of I guess maybe question mark. The overconfident. Also, these fool's missives in the loading screens. I haven't been reading those, but basically they, somewhere in it, they betray what game the map is from. In this case, it says it's from good old Dimension 2, which means Final Fantasy 2. Surprise! Ow. Now, I feel like that was a pretty perfect way to show off jump. I don't think I could have done it any better if I tried. The first time I used it, I dodge a move with it. Ow. Oh, that's what I mean, Saros. That is why it is so insanely stupid that it is called backstab. Is the Masamune in this game, perchance? There might be a katana that looks like it, but there are katanas, if that's of any value. I've just realized that jump does something weird when you have a target. Well, not exactly weird. More like unexpected. For me. Fights get a little awkward when you suddenly run out of MP. Especially when it's a weapon you're not super familiar with. Excuse me? Hello? You good? What? This guy's just been standing there this whole time, like, if I just stand really still, maybe they won't notice me. That's the plan. Just really still. Some affinity, why not? Can we get anything else? I also just realized that in my whole battle there, I could have used something like Blood Weapon, and I just didn't. Jack's vision is based on movement. It's definitely based on something. He probably doesn't hit you much if you don't hit him. Right. Blood Weapon is 1. Based on resemblance to Chaos. The more you look like Chaos, the more likely you're going to get jumped. Die! I hear the sound of a griffin. Oh, there's one there. That explains that. It's a lot easier than the other griffin now that I actually knew what I was doing. And not just trying to show off jump a whole lot. I'm back! You must die! No, you take the rock. You hold these. Take them back! Oh, that was fantastic! Wow! The minor issue with this spamminess of jump is that I don't feel like, like it's like MP positive. I feel like each time I'm going out of the fight with a little bit less MPs. It's really funny and surprisingly effective, but I can't keep doing it. No need for Blood Weapon when you can just kill the enemy before they hit you. Is there an enemy up here? Dracoon's Cage negative. At least when I use it badly. Give me those iframes. Shadow's already dead, how can you kill it? Well, if it's already dead, it should be easy to do it again. Oh, stones! Like this? And now the finish! You know, this is probably the most fun I've had using Dragoon in this game so far. And all it took was me choosing that I have to use it. And then I just used the second job as a support. Just in case. Either a backup in case my main job is something that I don't feel confident in, or a support if I feel like I could probably make it work. I've not used lances very much because they're a little weird. They feel a little weird. This working. If the job doesn't use knuckles, it isn't worth it. Wow. Wow. And then there's a lot of jobs that aren't worth it, that's for certain. Actually, it is a little sad on that note, because there's a lot of jobs where a lot of the final jobs, like the tier 3 jobs, like Sage, a lot of them are like, if they're physical, they can often use like knuckles and like maybe 2 or 3 other weapons, and in a lot of cases, like the end game builds just like, so of course use the knuckles, because the knuckles are really, really good. Yep, you're coming in clear, Naomi. What's up? You ate your previous message? Ah, that's annoying. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Nox bias towards Monk, more at 11. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of those where it's like Ninja, I believe the recommended weapon is Knuckles. Assassin, I believe the recommended weapon is Knuckles. Tyrant, Knuckles. Like almost all jobs that can use Knuckles in like on a job, a tier 3 job, the recommended weapon will be Knuckles unless the specific build like is based around a specific thing. Like, for example, I'm actually pretty sure that that Dark Knight can use Knuckles, but the specific endgame build I used was centered around a katana move. So you used katanas to just use that move. You just used that one move, so obviously no other weapon would suffice because it has to be a weapon that can use that move. And Knuckles, exactly. But yeah, Knuckles are really, really good. That's what I'm getting at. Now he's checking for loot. So this room, as you may remember from before with the chandeliers and everything, it makes a lot better sense with this whole setup when the boss in this like revisit stage is a mob in that room. Like, if you can hit the Quirrell down there with them, you can make the fight a lot easier. There's, of course, the counterpoint that we've beaten a Quirrell before. We probably are not hurting for like assistance with a curl. We can probably beat that one fair and square. Hey Chloe, hope you're doing well, and I'm glad to hear that. I do too. Ow. Now the finish! Where is the curl actually right now? Where you at? Wait. Where is it? Hello? Boss? Oh, there you are. Well, these chandeliers aren't going to do much if you're just going to stand there like a dope. I'm coming down! I'm coming over! But I'm going to be very, very ready. Woohoo! We did the thing! Another thing! That was really fun. That was like... I might actually bring Dragoon as my secondary for the next one, just so that I can use it more. That also explains why I've had so much trouble with making Dragoon work whenever I've tried it. It never occurred to me, despite how incredibly obvious it is, that when you use jump, it of course just gap closes you to your target. Never occurred to me that it would do that. I'm like, that's weird. It feels like it doesn't do what I'm trying to make it do. What's up, Sunny? What did I do? What were we expecting instead? When you press jump, it jumps up and then down. The passive here says hold right click to move forward while jumping. What actually happens is that it will move you over to your target if you hold it. But that's not quite what it said, is it? It said move forward. But I guess it technically is because, you know, because you're targeting that enemy, it'll face you towards it and then move forward. That's also the part that there's a possibility, there's a chance, mayhaps, that someone, me, didn't read the tooltip right and thought that it said hold right click to navigate. Like I thought that I could choose where I was going while I was in the air. Which is not the case. But yeah, basically, I wasn't quite sure how it worked. So it just didn't do it well. There was also the part that, as you saw at the start of that stage, possibly, I took a lot of damage just trying to use jump, like trying to be Galaxy Brain about it, and I just wasn't. And once I stopped trying to be super smart about it and specifically used jump sparingly, things suddenly started to look up. And then I also started using the spear moves more smartly, which also helped. But there is an interesting detail about the spear moves that, if I remember correctly, it doesn't say that here. It did say it in the tutorial that pops up, that I believe the regular stabs do piercing damage. I know, mind-blowing. The forward one is also a piercing attack because you dash forward and stab. The backwards one, you slam down on the enemy with the spear, which does striking damage, or blunt damage. And the sideways one, where you do like a spin slash, does slashing damage. So the lances, uniquely, quote unquote, have the capacity to do any kind of physical damage. It sounds a lot cooler than it is, because in a real fight, you're not going to care about that. Like, you're just not. You just, like, that, you're not going to do that. I think there's also, I can't remember if it's Berserker or Warrior. But we do have a lot of shards, so maybe we can explore that a little bit. We have Berserker. It might be Berserker. It's either Berserker or Warrior. That much I know. Right, Lunatic is one of the funny ones, but that was not the one I was looking for. Then it must be Warrior. Do we also have the resources to unlock that? I think we do. It's not a bad idea to just unlock all the jobs so that you can guarantee you get XP when you happen to have affinity for something. So I usually try to do that. There's also, like, you get more to choose from. Just a real quick aside, so I don't just toss it aside. Warrior's ability is just that it does, like, a raw that does damage and then heals you over time. So it's a little bit like a White Mage or Red Mage's Regen, stacked on top of, like, a circle AoE. Berserker just buffs themselves, making them do, I believe it's 50% more damage. And then they also take less damage, I guess, less break damage. Doesn't matter. They had to nerf Berserk, because in the initial version of the game, you could just go into Berserker, use Berserk, and use the other job, and just use that 50% damage bonus. And no one used Berserker for it. They just used Berserk and then used the other job. Which was like, the buff is too broken. It's too good. So they made it so that you can't keep the Berserk if you step out of Berserker. That's how strong that effect is. Now, the thing I actually wanted to find is Mighty Strikes here. What Mighty Strikes does is, it says it boosts your own attack type temporarily, allowing you to more easily pierce the enemy's resistance. What it actually does is it makes it so that your damage type, as long as it is physical damage, your enemy is weak to it. Like, just... that's all she wrote. While Mighty Strikes is active, all enemies are weak to your physical damage type. So that whole thing with the lance that can hit any damage, any physical damage type, it falls a little flat. You can just go, you're weak to my attacks. And the reason why that matters is also because, well, weak means that you do more damage, but there's also like Lancet over here on Dragoon that says when you do a damage that the enemy is weak to, it doesn't have to be physical, it could be magical, then you heal and gain MP. So you use this, and then suddenly you generate way more MP. Which means you can spam stuff way more. So I think that'll be what we would want. Maybe I should actually grab that while I remember this, so that we have that set up next time. I will do that. And the way we get all those anime shots... Oh, right, backstab. I don't really... I actually like Cyclones, let's keep that. And the way that you get all those anime shots is all these accessories, when they are dismantled at the smith, they generally turn into anima shards. So by actually maintaining and like keeping track of not letting your inventory like prop up with stuff in it, you get stuff you can actually use. And that is actually the real reason why we're unlocking jobs so fast, Cat, is that I'm basically just like throwing things on a pile so that we can build jobs quickly. And once we have most or all of the jobs, it'll be a lot easier just to switch around a bunch. Or at least use a different job in every stage. Yeah, this combo is probably pretty solid for any physical job. Should probably swap these two. And monk ability looks super meh. Yeah. Let me just find it. There is something that Monk has that is actually really good. And you know what? Let me just unlock it. No, wait. I don't think we actually have the resources to do that, do we? We need 7. And we just barely can. Let's do that. I think we're good on what we're going to be, whatever we're going to be playing next time. Let's just do that. I'll show you. So the ability itself is, you know, basically like Super Saiyan, like charging up. But it's not as strong as it seems, because it takes way too long to set up and lasts not even remotely long enough. You'd rather use some command ability to do that. But what Monk has that makes it a little interesting is Chakra, which is a command ability. The better you get at the game, the less helpful something like Chakra will be. But long story short, it is basically Final Fantasy XIV frontline Purify. You just remove every debuff just instantly, which is particularly important because if you're silenced, you can't do anything other than like regular attacks for the most part. So you really, really don't want to be silenced. And that's why it's really important, that little asterisk there, usable even when silenced. It is the only thing that just removes debuffs with no ifs or buts. And only Monk has this. So you basically, if you want this kind of advantage, you have to go through Monk and grab it. Like, you can use it on any job once you have it, but you do have to go and grab it. And also, Tyrant, which is unlocked through Monk, is one of the best support jobs in the game. At least in the post-game. I don't know if that's a +1 to Monk. But it's something that means that you'll probably use Monk. Or at least pass through Monk. Meanwhile, there are other jobs where, like, they don't unlock anything super unique. Red Mage and Monk is an interesting combo. Is it? Bear 12 comes as Gambler Tyrant was my favorite go-to. Yeah, that sounds about right. I remember seeing a build where... So Tyrant was the support. You used that to set up your buffs. Some of them. And then Gambler, which is we're not very close to unlock that because there's Hunter. We need Hunter. And then that becomes Gambler. And Gambler's ability is like a roulette that can do everything. Oh, that's what you meant, Naomi. Sorry. Which means that if you have enough luck, and yes, actually the luck stat, Gambler can just like produce nearly every single buff in the game on you all at once. But you have to be lucky. But yeah, if we take a look at Red Mage, the two jobs it unlocks are both quite interesting. What Tyrant does, it does the it enchants its weapon with an element. Right, Sally, enjoy your work. It enchants its weapon with an element, and it can use like most of the weapons in the game. For some reason, can't enchant a gun. And Void Knight, I mean, I don't think there is a job or like a build that would primarily use Void Knight, because Void Knight itself is like a defensive thing. I don't know if there's any builds that would rely on Void Knight in the post game, because its ability relies on you being hit. There could be something I'm overlooking. But it's really funny when it works. I might be able to set it up so that we can do a certain funny thing on a certain boss when we get there. There's a specific boss that well, it's not exactly like it's a big secret or anything. Tiamat, that we saw at the start of the game. Probably not surprising anyone, we will meet again. Tiamat gave a lot of players problems when the game was new. Which of course meant that people found out ways to cheese that fight. Void Knight does that. But I'll show you how if I remember when we get there. That's essentially it. Anyway, that was 3 major stages and 3 optional stages, and we'll probably continue this as I find time in my schedule to do that. And I don't think we'll aim to do the DLC, but we will aim to do the actual main meat of the story. Just because like that whole post-game thing gets really awkward. And there's not that much story in it, I would say, like compared to everything else. Like it feels like it's very clearly post-game. And yeah, we will see when we get there. Who knows, maybe it's so fun that we continue. But I think that'll be where we will be wrapping up for tonight. So if you enjoyed this particular stream, it helps me a lot if you leave a like on it here on YouTube. That tells the algorithm this was an enjoyable stream, like other people to enjoy it as well. So thank you so much in advance. And if you'd like to be part of the Discord community server, that when YouTube lets me, there's a link right there in the chat. There you'll find the weekly schedule where you can see what else is coming up in the coming days. I usually update it Sunday or Monday. It's for anyone who doesn't know the channel. I don't think there is anyone in that sense, but if you don't know the channel, we are a lot more focused on Final Fantasy XIV specifically here, but you know, we're not exclusively on that. We can talk about a lot of games. You'll also find the announcement room with links to videos and streams when we put them out. And if you grab the reminder roll and the roller sign in this room, you'll get a notification whenever I post a video or stream, as well as an extra one around 15 minutes before stream starts, so you can catch it right when we go live. And if you'd like to support the channel even more directly, you can become a member of the channel, you can gift memberships, you can use the super chat system, or if you don't like any of that, there's a Ko-Fi link right there in the chat, where that the arrow posted right there. It all supports me and the channel directly, so I can focus on doing stuff like this with all of you. So thanks so much for the support. Just like how Bertwellcon did earlier. Thank you very much. But that'll be all from me tonight. So good night, good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where in the world, and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye-bye.